Coming up on the Roadrunner Review, the basketball teams are fighting it out for their playoff lives, the softball team is off and swinging, and the indoor track team is gearing up for the conference championships. All of this and more on the Roadrunner Review. Thanks for joining us on the Roadrunner Review, the home of Metro State Athletics and their highlights over the past month. I'm Eric Lansing, your guide to everything that is Metro State sports. First, let's get you caught up on our nationally ranked men's basketball team. After an 8-1 record in January and a 2-0 start to February, the Roadrunners are on top of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference East Division. They look to keep it rolling on a short road trip to Lakewood, then on to Golden. While the Roadrunners are targeting a top seed in the RMAC tournament, the 6 and 7 Cougars are just trying to stay in contention. Early on, Dante Nicholas joins the SWAT team with this block in the paint, so CCU goes outside and starts popping him in from the perimeter. First, Rye Olsen from the top, then Abram Zemer from the corner, then it's Tyler House from the wing, and the Cougars nail 6 trifectas in the first half. Nicholas with a no-look to Jonathan Morris for the easy deuce. The big man from Boulder muscles his way to 16 first-half points to help his team keep pace. But Colorado Christian reels off a 12-3 run to end the half with a 43-31 lead as Daniel Lumberg puts in the layup just before the buzzer. Morris, who was the go-to guy in the first half, spent the second half on the pine in foul trouble, scoring only 2 points the rest of the way. With their leading scorer on the bench, the offense goes stale as the Runners shoot a season-low 28% in the second half on 10 of 35 shooting. Metro would get it together to make one last run. Off the bench, Josh Turner nails the 3, then a wide-open Reggie Evans gets his 3 to drop, and the Runners are within 4 of CCU. But the Cougars catch fire. First, 6'11" Justin Newhouse slams this one home. Then Joby Wall connects from downtown. And Newhouse again with the throwdown and the foul. CCU rolls off a 16-3 run, and they pull off the upset against the 19th-ranked Runners. Newhouse scores a game-high 22 points for the Cougars. Head coach Brandon Hayes says the team just didn't come ready to play.
Our decision-making with the basketball early in that game wasn't very good. We just had too many turnovers. On the road, you can't turn the ball over that much. And then, we made a good effort to get back into it. Then we gave them quite a few easy baskets, layups, dunks, free throws. We've got to do what we do better. We got a little bit spread. And CCU came out and they battled.
Metro State fell the next night versus the Colorado School of Mines in Golden. The Runners committed 24 fouls and sending the Ore Diggers to the charity stripe 41 times, including 31 in the second half. Mines converted 35 free throws and sent the Runners to their second straight loss. It was the first time Metro State had back-to-back losses since 2007. Super sophomore Reggie Evans came out blazing versus Chadron State, scoring the first 6 points of the game. Here he gets the friendly bounce, Metro up 6-4 early. Another sophomore Maola Tawatua slams one down. He piles in 19 on the night. Metro's leading scorer Dante Nicholas spins through the defense and lays it in. He scores 18 for the Runners. Tommy Earl off the bench nails the long 2-pointer. Metro heads into the break with a 3-point lead. Into the second half, the home team builds a 9-point lead. A.J. Flournoy finds Brian Miner for the easy deuce, but the Eagles come storming back. First, Dante Archie with the trifecta, then it's Trey Mosby with the sweet left-hand layup. Chadron State within 1. But that would be the last points the visiting team would score as the Roadrunners finished the game on a 20-0 run. Shakir Johnson with the block, then Brian Miner from the wing, and Nicholas powers his way through 4 Eagles. And Metro State takes the home victory by a score of 69-48, ending their 2-game losing streak. Nicholas was just happy to be back on their home floor after that disappointing road trip.
I think we just had to come back to the compounds of the Metro State and just play at home. It's easier when you got the crowd into it. I think we just lost our swagger a little bit. We're still the same team. We got the same players, the same numbers, so nothing's really changed. We just didn't bring it. We came out a little flat last week, but that's in the past. We had to regroup, come home and take care of business. That's what we do at home.
First half, we came out a little soft. We let them stay in the game. In the second half, we started to pressure the ball a little bit more, get up in there, and keep them out of the middle of the paint because they were driving the kick a lot, kicking it out. So we just stopped that.
But the Roadrunners couldn't make it 2 in a row, falling to the Lopers of Nebraska Kearney the following night. But it's hard to beat any team that hit 17 three-pointers, including 9 from freshman Akeem Morrisaint. Metro rallied from a 7-point deficit in the last 2 minutes, but Miner missed a baseline jumper at the end to lose for only the second time at the Aurora Event Center this season. The men's basketball team ended the season with back-to-back wins over Regis and the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. to earn the number 2 seed in the East Division. Here are the final RMAC standings from the regular season, brought to you by the Regency. Colorado Mines took the top seed in the East, while Mesa State held on to capture the numero uno seed in the West. The Runners enter the postseason tournament for the 14th straight year and will take on the Mountain Lions of UCCS in a rematch of the final game of the regular season. It's time for our first break, so grab some snacks as we're just getting started on the Roadrunner Review. The Roadrunner Review is brought to you by its proud sponsors. Please visit Qdoba's downtown location at 15th and Market to try some warm 3-cheese queso, tortilla soup, or burritos you can't find anywhere else. And Panorama Orthopedics and Spine Center. From sports injuries to spine injuries to total joints for arthritis, they are in your neighborhood caring for your injuries, located at 3 convenient locations: Golden, Littleton, and Thornton. Now into our women's b-ball team, who had to battle their way into the playoff picture. Our Roadrunners have gone 6-3 in their past 9 games to keep pace with Colorado Christian and Colorado School of Mines in the East Division of the RMAC. Metro State had a chance to gain ground on both of those teams, heading on the road to continue conference play. Our 7-6 Roadrunners taking on the Cougars of Colorado Christian, the top team in the East Division. Senior Chelsea Williamson sparks the offense, scoring 7 of the team's first 13 points. Then Williamson on the long pass to Candace Cohn, who puts in the layup, tie game at 15. Then the Cougars go bananas from the perimeter, hitting 6 of them in the first half. Valdez hits this 3 to give her team a 19-17 lead. Senior guard Leandra Sands was back in the lineup after a month-long hiatus due to a ham injury. Sands scores 5 in the game. Metro heads into the half down by 2. Second half, Juanice Cornell with the bucket. She scores 11 points and adds 7 assists. Brandy Valencia scores 13 in the game, but the Runners' start to the second half was less than stellar as CCU builds a 13-point lead. Abby Rosenthal adds 2 points to her total of 20 on the night. Metro climbs back into the contest, cutting the lead to only 4 on this running layup by Williamson. The senior scores 23 points. Metro comes up with the steal and has 3 shots to trim even further into CCU's lead, but the offense could not convert. Colorado Christian's offense, however, was unstoppable in the second half, draining 14 of 17 from the floor. Hard to beat anyone who shoots that well. The Cougars defend their home floor by a score of 78-71. Metro head coach Linda Lappy says you can't give the top team in the East that kind of lead.
Well, it's tough to come back from 15. You know, we were on the verge of getting blown out of the gym, and I challenged our team, and they stepped up. You know, our press was pretty effective. But we had that, 11-minute spurt there in the second half to start the second half that we didn't play well. And anytime you don't play well against the team that's one of the top in the league, you're not gonna win.
Metro State took the Colorado School of Mines to overtime, but the Runners went 0 for 7 in the extra frame, losing their 8th conference game by a score of 61-58. The Roadrunners shot 19% in the second half and now find themselves in a 3-way tie for the final 2 spots in the RMAC playoffs. And guess who they would see in the next homestand? Those 2 teams they are tied with in Chadron State and Nebraska Kearney. The Roadrunners handled their business the first night by defeating the Eagles from Chadron State by a score of 60-45. The score was close at the half, but Metro outscored CSC 35-22 in the second half. Metro held the conference's leading scorer Caitlin Petrie to only 5 points and held the team to only 27% shooting in the second frame. On to the next night, Metro came out slow as the Lopers leaped out to a 12-2 lead. Megan Becker with the runner, then it's Debbie Johnson who finds the same lane and the bucket, but the Runners would rally. Sands pops one in from the perimeter, then Kristen Valencia grabs her own miss and finishes the second time around. Metro gets back into the game on a 17-7 run. Head coach Linda Lappy loving the comeback. Sophomore Candace Cohn hit double digits last night and continued her scoring prowess tonight, racking up 13 versus UNK. First the open layup, then another layup, this time over Johnson. The Lopers make it a 1-point game thanks to this Johnson layup on the great inbounds pass. But Metro's offense was too strong down the stretch, outscoring Kearney 18-10, and the home team comes away with back-to-back wins. The Roadrunners now find themselves alone in the 3rd spot in the RMAC East Division. Coach Lappy happy with this weekend's results, but there is still much work to be done.
Our goal was to go 4-0 to end the season at home, and that's what we want to do. And I told our team that these 2 wins don't mean anything if we don't get the next 2 wins. And so we have Regis coming in here on Tuesday, very quick turnaround. So we have to be ready to go. They're big, and they'll give us everything that we want.
Metro State completed Lappy's goal in finishing out the regular season with 4 straight victories. After blowout wins over Regis and UCCS, the Runners hold on for the 3 spot in the East Division and will
face off against Colorado Mines for the 3rd time this year. The game will be held in Golden, and you can check out GoMetroState.com for highlights.